Stars, and welcome back everyone to our live reaction of the Ghost and Molly McGee, titled
Aqua Teen Hunger Ghost.
It is the season finale, everyone. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Ish. I don't know. So far, nothing's really been at stake. I thought something was going to happen in the last episode that would carry over into this, but it ended up not happening. Maybe it could happen again. Maybe something will spring up in this episode, like a cliffhanger to make us want to tune in for next season. I don't know. I know there's nothing really to go on by the titles of these episodes, though, and they are
Scare Tactics and The Bad Boy, Bobby Daniels. Teddy loved the bad boy. What did the bad boy do, Teddy?
He broke his heart.
I'm assuming that means Molly's gonna get a crush on the bad boy.
Maybe. I have actually seen a few screenshots of this episode, unfortunately, so I kind of know what's going to happen. Won't say anything, though. But, again, nothing significant looks like it's going to happen, but who knows? Maybe in the last 2 minutes of this episode, we'll get a big shocking reveal or whatever. Not that I expect this show to really go that way. I mean, this isn't quite Owl House or Amphibia levels of suspense, so who knows? But either or, let's get started and watch the Season 1 finale of The Ghost and Molly McGee. And play. Oh god, the tarantula. The one that Daryl didn't capture. Like he has a little ghost backpack. That's cute. Is that a Raggedy Ann? Or Raggedy Andy, I should say. Ooh, she's a deep sleeper.
What are you up for?
Never mind.
You want to hang out? I don't need sleep. I run on the thrill of friendship.
I have to go to a scaring seminar.
Ooh.
Ugh, seminars.
Sounds fun.
Nothing mandatory is ever fun, Molly. I have to sit through the
Except for
same
Mandatory
late
Fun by
presentation
Weird Al.
Year after year. If I wasn't already a ghost, it'd bore me to death.
I do not remember making this mess. I sure hope Past Molly had some fun.
Why am I all sticky and naked? Did I miss something fun?
Boos and ghouls, surprise, creep, alarm, roar, and ectoplasm. Right?
It's just started and already it feels like an eternity.
I feel you, Scratch. I feel you so bad.
Am I psyched to see you, man? You are? Yeah. Come on, it's the same presentation every year. Relax. As long as we're back for the head count at the end, we get credit. Unless you don't want to hang out with your best friend.
Oh, that's
Well, I want
manipulative.
to do that no matter what.
Peer pressure, peer
No,
pressure.
mental hygiene is important. Okay, Mom's gig pigging, Dad's in an emergency city council meeting, Daryl told me not to ask where he is today, so, I'm on my own, I guess. So, what should we do today? You could reorganize us. I'm tired of sitting next to baby Jessie.
It's crazy, boys.
Oh god.
Yeah, good idea. Maybe she goes in the donation bag.
Creepy ass doll.
Didn't see anything.
And the most fluffy.
It's a stuffed bear pyramid.
Now, next up on my lay. What was that?
What the? Oh no. You're alive! You get.
Oh, Chelsea, Jeff, hey, you are one handsome fellow.
Is that their ectoplasm or is that Jello?
Tango will never know the difference.
Jeff, what are you doing? Eyes friend, please.
Are you someday googly eyes would be my downfall?
There we go. That's Ooh, love to see a listening face.
I hate teachers that notice that. They're like, you're not looking ahead. It's like, bitch, I have ADHD. What do you expect?
They're always going to pay attention to the people in back.
Day of your or my entire existence.
Guess my eyes were playing tricks on me.
Ah! Well, there it is.
Sorry, it was a reflex. You kicked me in the face. I'm sorry. Okay, let it go.
Oh god.
Tiny hairy legs.
To be fair, tarantulas aren't dangerous as long as you don't piss them off.
I love aromascarity.
It's the
Feel my
aromascarity.
stress melting away.
I can't believe I even considered staying alert.
You know,
How do you massage something the
right there,
equivalent of,
that's
like,
it.
putty?
Thank you.
All right, Heidi. You may think you have the upper hand, but you underestimate the McGee nurses.
Ah! Sneaky ass tarantula. Boogie!
What I tell you, buddy, best day ever.
Aw, look at them being such good friends.
Photo evidence that they weren't at the seminar.
You have to come home right now.
She's about to have babies.
Babies? As in more than one?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Oh
I
god.
don't know, maybe thousands.
1,000 baby tarantulas?
Now that's what we call escalation. Oh, a human thinks they're scared already?
Bits.
We totally got away with it. Also, I was delicious.
Meh.
Who knew breaking the rules could have no consequences?
Now, we normally do attendance head count at the end, but guys, this year, we're gonna do things a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
Get excited because you're all going to demonstrate what you just learned for our very special ghost guest, the chairman!
Oh no! Yay, pop quiz.
Hey, Heidi. Wouldn't you like a nice ride to the tarantula hospital so you can lay those eggs?
Right on the magic school bus.
Oh, that's right. I did it! Okay, just gonna get you back to your cage.
I caught a tarantula.
You can have your-
I caught a gargantua.
Babies. I'll jam or something, or...
Oh, ow.
Aw.
Pop.
Oh no!
Where are you?
At this point, I'm worried if the tarantula's hurt.
All over the house. But where is safe?
Well, you tried, but you just didn't pay enough attention to my seminar.
Oh, no.
Oh, it hurts, doesn't it? Enjoy the flow of failed phantoms.
Wow.
You're up next.
No, I'm
Mm.
not prepared.
Anyway, can look at your notes for a minute. I just want to make sure you got everything down and not missing anything.
You
Okay, here
bitch.
we go. Demonstrate the cluster iron roar.
Whoa.
Very impressive, Geoff.
Shit, just scarier than I thought.
How did you pull that off?
Oh, it's the same seminar every year. Plus, I'm pretty good at scaring.
Scratch. Will you demonstrate a rip dash scare?
Uh-oh.
You're asking the guy to ask.
This. Come on, dude, you've been scarier than this without trying.
Now let's get to the old rip dash scare. Was that right-ish?
Clearly you didn't pay attention to the seminar, which hurts because I worked really hard to make it both entertaining and informative. Into the fun you go.
Wait, you can't send my best buddy to the flow. It's got this whole other way of interacting with humans. It's groundbreaking, innovative.
Oh no.
Geoff, buddy, they don't need to hear about how I'm changing the entire game. You know, I'll just take the test again next year.
Actually, I would like to see the results from this.
Oh,
special
no.
method. Wouldn't you, Mr. Chairman?
Why did you leave me like this, Scratch?
Mm.
Who's that? Oh, my nightmares are everywhere.
That works.
Wow, you pass. Clearly, we've all got something to learn from you.
Thumb of approval.
You know me. Find a new
Now
way
attach
to
the
scare
stone
them.
of approval.
Hey, maybe next year I'll teach the seminar.
Mm.
Not just kidding.
Don't get ahead of yourself, dude.
Who could do it better than you? Molly, you okay?
Oh, yeah, totally fine.
Well, I, for one, am beat. I'm going to go hit the
No,
head.
no, Scratch, don't go in there. It belongs to the spiders now.
Oh god.
Ghost and Molly McGee.
This is just like at the end of that one Aqua Teen episode where Meatwad gives birth to 1,000 spiders. Oh god.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, she was.
I like this spider.
Gee whiz.
Also, did you notice when she was talking to Daryl on the phone, you can hear a horse neighing in the background as well as a chainsaw?
I did not hear that. That sounds very on brand.
Friggin' Daryl.
And there's lots of tarantula babies.
Oh god. I'll reiterate, tarantulas are not actually aggressive bad spiders. They can be poisonous if, again, you piss them off, but they're usually pretty tame. I mean, people are able to have them as pets for a reason. Even so, I would freak the fuck out if we found one in our apartment. I actually had one in my tent at a summer camp once. That
Name's Terry. I had him defanged. The bad boy.
My best friend Linda and I founded the Brighton Skyherders. We mastered the beautiful yet deadly art of capoeira and briefly became a semi-famous storm chaser.
Nice.
And that was just 1962. That's because I live by a simple motto.
Mm.
No regrets. I know I
No
didn't have
regrets.
regrets, but I wasn't about to unpick all that thread. I do have one regret. Goes by the name Bobby Daniels.
Oh no, he's hot! That was fast.
I'm glad I fell for the leader of the pack. Vroom, vroom.
Oh, it's a three-legged dog! Of course, because that's how it usually ends.
Bobby and I want to travel the world. But he left without me, and I never found out why.
He's a bad boy, that's what they do.
This Bobby guy sounds amazing.
I hate that Patty regrets not taking a chance on love. She was so sad thinking about Bobby Daniels.
Yeah, well, I'd be sad too. He was probably the last cool person to live in this town.
What if we brought Bobby back to Brighton
I'm listening.
and reunited him and Patty, give them the happy ending they deserve?
Maybe Bobby would let me ride a motorcycle. And he kept an old leather jacket, quad for ectoplasm. Next thing you know, we're blood brothers in a ride or die biker crew. A lawless rebel like him would be impossible.
Bottom line.
Seems fast.
That
Just
was
one town over.
convenient.
New line. Come on.
I see nothing wrong with this plan.
Bobby checks in at the library a lot.
Oh, the New Line Library. Am I cool because I have a library card or what?
I'm not going to dignify that with an answer. Let's just move on.
Is it part of the same library system?
Interesting, he turned transparent.
Mm.
Oh my god!
Excuse me, do you happen to know Bobby Daniels?
You could say I do.
Hmm.
Great. Where is he?
Right in front of you. I am Bobby Daniels.
Hmm. Hello.
I'm sorry?
Wait a minute. This can't be him. This guy's made a cardigan. He's wearing boat shoes. Where's the leather jacket?
People grow up.
Ah, the flagrant disregard for authority. Oh, he is authority.
Nah. Checks out.
This is you? The bad boy of Brighton?
I look good in leather, didn't I? But nah, that's all in the past now. So, what can I do for you?
Well, sir, you can tell me why you never came back for Patty, the love of your life.
Patty. Oh, it's been a long time since I heard that name. Does she still smell like cinnamon and gasoline?
She's only gotten better with age.
Are you into floppy skin?
Come
Nah.
on, let's get you two lovebirds back together.
Patty loved the bad boy. I couldn't bear her disappointment.
Well, she doesn't have to be disappointed. 'Cause we're gonna bring the bad
Wait a
boy
minute.
back.
The leather gives me strength. You don't need to button the jacket. It's all about the look. Goddamn cataracts. Did it disintegrate?
Back to bad boy Brighton was harder than I thought it would be.
I'm not the man I used to be. I can't face her like this.
I guess it's hopeless. Love is lost.
You hear that, right?
His voice? He does sound familiar. I can't place it though.
I'm gonna take a huge jump here. I know I could be very wrong, but Danny Trejo?
I can see it. He is a bad boy.
Another
Another appearance by Machete. No wonder she fell for him.
I have an urgent inter-town loan request from a... This is a real name. Gummit, those pranksters got me again.
Bobby?
Aww.
Did you really think I was gonna give up that easily?
This is Molly we're talking about.
The flame of love is alight!
Squeezing my hand.
Your Vespa awaits. Ghost Rider?
In the sky. Aww.
Oh, it's that Young Again short.
Yeah. Hey, dancing does things to people.
The bad boy of Brighton is back.
Ooh, yeah.
Kiss.
Ow. Wait a minute! You can't just waltz back into my life like nothing happened. We were supposed
Yeah.
to travel the world together. Why did you leave?
Exactly.
What do you mean? You told me to go without you, that we were through.
What?
What?
Carrying your note with me everywhere, hoping I'd understand why you ended things.
Bobby, I regret to inform you that I will not be coming with you. I didn't write this. It says
Oh,
regrets. I only say regret.
Wait, but then who?
her friend.
No! I can't watch him ride away again.
Mysterious kidnapping. A motorcycle chase? Molly, this plan is turning out better than expected.
Want to see how it ends? We better hurry up.
We're coming, Bobby!
Most epic chase involving old people ever.
She's got a head start. I don't know if we can catch up to. Okay, never mind.
These are old people after all.
We really did.
Come on!
Aw.
No! They're getting away! Dang scooter's got no horsepower!
You guys can run faster than that
Want
shit.
to ride a hog? How about being one?
Oh yeah. She did the anime pose.
You are, but I ain't losing Bobby again. Now prepare to face the beautiful pain of Capoeira!
Patty, you came after me.
Should have done it years ago. Now for you.
Yeah.
Linda, it was you?
But you're Patty's best friend.
The ultimate betrayal.
I sent Bobby that note, and I tried to run him out of town today so you'd never find out.
But why?
Yeah, what did I ever do to you?
You were going to take my best friend away, leaving me here alone. I should have told you, Patty. It's been my one lifelong regret.
Wait, you know I don't do regrets or regrets. And I'm not about to throw away 70 years of friendship. But I ain't ready to make nice yet either. Go home. We'll have words later.
Hey, just quick thing.
Wow.
If you ever sabotage my love life, you're gonna find yourself in the after.
Message received.
Aww.
That's true love.
Scratch, are you crying?
No, it happens to be ragweed season. We can't just wait till they're out of earshot. Go slow.
Yeah, it's taken a while.
1 hour later.
Oh, yep, it stopped. Okay, wait, yeah, we can help. We're coming. Ghost and Molly McGee.
Wow, that was a dick move by the friend.
But at least I was right about Danny Trejo, damn it.
Yep. Like I said, I knew that voice, and I'm like, I'm trying to place it, but yeah, sure enough. Who better to play a bad boy than the ultimate bad boy? Machete rides again! But yeah, I reiterate, that was a dick move to do by the friend. And I get her reasoning. She didn't want to lose her only friend. She probably had nobody else. But still, she deprived her of a lifetime of happiness. They were obviously in love. What did she say, like 70 years or something like that? Or probably 50, whatever. But the point is, she deprived her of like years they could have spent together. That's sad, and that's awful. I understand, like, I felt that way sometimes when friends would get loved ones, and then they would kind of have that period where we didn't associate because they were so wrapped up in love or whatever, but if friendships are strong enough, they can withstand that, and they become stronger because of it.
Obviously, it wasn't a thing in their day, but now with social media, it's so much easier to stay connected.
Yeah. It still makes it tragic, though. I almost expected him to have a worser reason for why he left her behind, but I'm glad to see that it subverted expectations to show that no, he was a bad boy, but he was legit in love. And had he not gotten that note, he would have stayed with her. But, I mean, at least they're together now, so that's a good thing at least. I got worried when, like, Molly started pushing again. I'm like, this isn't gonna go away as she hopes or whatever. I half thought it would end up like in that episode of Amphibia, where Sprig was trying to get Mrs. Croker to like him and finds a picture of what she assumed was an old boyfriend, but it turns out it was a guy that was trying to kill her. But no, I'm glad it turned out like this. That was really nice. This is a very sweet episode, despite the friend's dickery. And the first one was, I don't want to say like intense, but at least it had stakes in it. Because I was pretty convinced at one point that Scratch might be going to the Phantom Zone, and that would be our, thing leading into season 2. But, yeah, he manages to conveniently get his way out of it, thanks to Geoff anyway. Yeah, Geoff is way scarier than I thought he was. I'm surprised.
I'm like, though, if they do that same seminar every time, seriously, Scratch didn't pick up on it at least once in all those however many times they did it.
I mean, I speak as someone who has to do seminars for work, and yeah, there are some that they do repeatedly, and it's just, even if you see it multiple times, like, if it doesn't interest you, if it, like, really has no important bearing on your ability to work, it kind of goes in one ear out the other. I can sort of understand in that respect. But yeah, like, damn, just whipping out the Grim Reaper and being like, oh, well, to make sure you were paying attention to the seminar, here's the guy in charge. If you don't press him, Phantom Zone. Like, that seems a bit harsh.
Yeah, especially because it's really on the lecturer if nobody wants to listen. I know she said, oh, I'm trying to make this fun, but clearly nobody else really seemed to think that.
Plus, it kind of seemed like a disproportionate punishment when you think about it. It's not like this was an actual class that they've been taking throughout the year consistently. This was a one-time seminar, and yeah, I get they repeat it constantly, but even so, it's like you spring a pop quiz for a seminar, and then you just delete them from life if they don't pass it? Like, that's highly unfair. I guess they're just trying to thin out their numbers or something like that. The Grim Reaper's just trying to pull his flex or whatever. Or maybe this is his way of, like, trying to get at Scratch. Something tells me he knows what's going on with them, and he's trying to find a way to exploit it. That's, like, the only, like, thing giving me hope that this is going to be a consistent thing to carry to the next season. Because, seriously, for a season finale of this was really weak. I mean,
it was lackluster. Very lackluster.
Yeah, this could just be another filler.
Not every show has to try to do some big cliffhanger ending to hook you in for the next season. And honestly, it's a ballsy move if you don't know that you're getting a season 2 or, you know, a future season at all, you know, depending on where you are. But it's like, this season overall has just been kind of
I kind of compare it to season 1 of My Little Pony, because it was kind of in the same vein when you think about it. It was more just about introducing the characters and highlighting their flaws than having an actual arc. I mean, their finale ended with them going to a ball. Like, that was about it. That was, like, the only, like, consistent, like, plot thread throughout the entire thing. It wasn't until the later seasons that they started having big premieres, like 2-part premieres, and then big 2-part endings of the season. So maybe they'll do that in season 2, once they're confident enough about where they want to take this and how they want to develop the story.
Maybe. I mean, it just feels like they want to do something, but they're not really going whatever mile. I don't know. It just feels like they're not fully committed to this, if I had to say.
I mean, I have 2 theories as to why it's not going as far as it could. One is that it's a little more geared toward younger kids, so they don't want to go as hard with the messages and having, like, a big epic finale, because this is ultimately about a family that just moves to a new town and they meet a ghost. It's not like, you know, we have the fate of the world type stakes or something like that. Like, the only one really at stake here is Scratch and his existence. And the other is that I'm assuming they must have, like, seen what happened to Amphibia and Owl House, how they just got chopped because they were so plot heavy and had such more mature tones and issues and stuff.
I wouldn't say that happened to Amphibia, because Amphibia seems like they had it planned out to last as long as it did.
I know, but the problem, the reason why they got chopped the way they did, why they're not having proper finales like they should, is because Disney executives apparently don't like the whole consistent plot structure and the fact that you can't just jump into any episode without having context from previous episodes. They still have a mentality that, oh, this is for kids. They don't need to know stuff this heavy. We just want them to, you know, jump into a show whenever, because that'll up our views and our merch. And yeah, with Ghost and Molly McGee, you can do that. You don't really need previous knowledge aside from the first episode. But with Amphibia, Owl House, you need to watch it beginning to end to make sense of everything. And that's what Disney execs don't like.
One, if that were the case, why is the Marvel Cinematic Universe still going on?
That's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not geared toward kids. They know that their audience at this point are adults. They know that the adult will shell out money to go to every single thing, hence why they go the extra mile to make sure it is all connected with each other.
I'm sorry, I just don't buy into that argument because, like I said, you're reasoning that they don't want the plot-heavy stuff that nobody could just jump into, and yet we've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe here where it's you have to do all this required watching.
They're different audiences, and it's not like I'm theorizing this. This is a legit reason. It is said by the creators of Owl House and Amphibia. That is part of the reason why they got, canceled the way they did. Why they are forced to end things on such a constricted time period and budget.
I mean, regardless of that, and plus which, given that Amphibia and Owl House have a lot of filler that you can just jump into, where this is like all filler for the most part. There's like maybe a couple episodes where they have some sort of story, but...
I know, and that's why I'm saying it's easier for them to stay afloat because they stay away from the more plot-oriented stuff. They're probably just playing it safe for the first season. And heck, I think the same thing happened with Ducktales too, in that they became too plot-censored and you couldn't jump in to certain episodes the way you used to at the beginning. And it was the same thing for Steven Universe as well. The first season was huge and filled with nothing but filler. It was only in the later seasons that I actually took some of that filler and made it into plot points.
Point is, I think it's had its moments. I definitely give a lot of kudos to the representation, especially that of the Jewish culture. Mm-hmm. I thought their Bar Mitzvah episode and the Hanukkah episode were the strongest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. When they put their minds to it, they can make thought-provoking episodes. They can showcase how knowledgeable they are about certain subjects and cultures and whatnot. They can ring true and, hit you with that emotional core. And even their humor, despite how both, childish and dark it can be, it actually works for the series. So they have a lot of potential, and I think they set a good ground with this series. They can only get better from here, in my opinion.
We'll see. I mean, honestly, Molly in her character still needs to change. She's gotten better in, the level of obnoxiousness, but her just jumping headlong into something, she charges in without really taking in what needs to be taken in. It's really getting to be too much the same.
I mean, she's still a kid, she's still learning, and you can argue that she is kind of learning, at least whereas Scratch is involved, because he does point out some of the things that she does. Even Libby points out some of the stuff that she does, so I think she is becoming slightly more aware of her behavior, but you don't unlearn that overnight. It's going to take a while, and they probably will address that in the second season.
And then, the fact that this show and its level for stakes, it feels like there's very little consequence. Occasionally, they'll jump into how Scratch may not be meeting the quota for his scares, and you have him fraternizing with Molly, and she is such a detriment to him. I don't know if it was such a good idea to have this be the conflict of the series.
I feel like I kind of know what the conflict might be, whether in season 2 or possibly a future season, is if the family had to move again. Because think about it. If he's bound to Molly, he has to follow her. The problem is he's assigned by the Ghost Council to haunt Brighton specifically. If he doesn't stay there and they find out why he has to leave, that can create some pretty big stakes.
It feels very confining, but yet it feels like they don't always adhere to it. So, yeah, maybe you're right. That will have to be addressed at some point, in that they may have to move again. In which case, Scratch may have to try to keep them behind, God forbid.
Yeah.
Oy.
I can see him sabotaging that so bad.
And then meanwhile, you have Grim from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. He could kind of do whatever he wanted. He was confined, but he didn't have some sort of ticking clock to do. He could still do his job. And being with Billy and Mandy wasn't really so much a detriment. He was just annoyed.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Like, there's so much potential for the future season. And I know the first season was underwhelming, but it wasn't bad. I mean, think about how hard we lost it in that one episode. Like, it definitely had some good humor there.
I will give you that. The humor just, it kept upping and upping until we hit that point. Oh, do we have a kill count? A final kill count of all the animals?
I didn't do a proper count, I'll admit, but I believe it averaged at 6 this season.
You probably have editor Kat put in a note.
I'll just insert the kill count at the end after the credits if you're curious as to how many
season kill count.
How many animals died on the show so far. But yeah, so we're on hiatus now, at least in terms of Ghost and Molly McGee, but we're picking up right away with the last seasons of Owl House and Amphibia. And yeah, these both are going to be intense. I know that. I'm frankly surprised they're happening at the same time, but, you know, better now than later. And I am, probably at the time of this video's posting, finally done with my backlog. I finally have a clean slate.
One more thing!
Yeah, but I know it's going to get ruined, given we have 2 shows going on at the same time. Plus, we got Moon Knight coming out at the end of the month, and I will say right now, that's probably going to be a straight-up review for the first 2 episodes, if only because I'm going to be having surgery. Nothing major, but I'm going to be incapacitated for a bit. But point is, we got 3 shows coming up, and then more stuff after that, so again...
Obi-Wan on the pipe.
Yeah, no shortage of stuff on this channel. So if you want to see us review those, you know... look at our channel and, you know, snoop around, see what piques your interest. But until we get back from hiatus, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And here's the kill count.
Hey, get back!